Hello and welcome to the Bridetender podcast. I'm your host, Estee Levin, and I'm here to tend to the brides like I tend to the bar. So mix yourself a cocktail and let's get ready to discuss all things weddings. Today, I'm back with Pnina Tornai here at Kleinfeld in her brand new boutique. And I want to say, I'm so excited to be with you again.
Thank you, Estee. Where's my cocktail
I know. And I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
We keep doing it on these inopportune times. Next time we got to do it at brunch or we got to do it at dinner because we're missing the cocktails.
Exactly.
Yes, a dinner
it's all
with a
about
cocktail.
the cocktail.
It is. So I missed the boat twice on the cocktails, but third time is going to be the charm. And I wanted to talk about this brand new boutique that you have, and I was fortunate enough to be with you last time, which was at your show.
Yes.
And I got to see some of your new line and hear about your shoe line as well with Naturalizer,
Yes.
and you have a jewelry line with Jared.
Yes.
I mean, you literally are doing it all.
All of it. I want to do more.
and you're hitting the mark on literally every part of Bridal. So tell me about this new boutique that we're sitting in.
So this is actually my new and improved boutique. Kleinfeld surprised me when I came in for this trunk show with this amazing renovation. And it feels like it really feels brand new to me. Although it has always been my space here at Kleinfeld. But I mean, they did such an amazing job on this boutique. And it's stunning. I love it.
And so now while you're here, you're able to kind of meet with some brides, and now they get to come into your boutique to really see the dresses one-on-one.
Yeah, so when I'm here, so the whole store becomes Pnina. It becomes the Pnina Kleinfeld. And so I'm here every other month to work with my brides on the floor, one-on-one. Now, this has been happening in my life for the past 19 years, believe it or not. Time flies. We are going to close or to celebrate 19 years of partnership.
Wow.
In October at Bridal Week. So it's crazy.
Amazing.
And I also worked with Kleinfeld the year before, negotiating and everything. So it's actually 20 years, I would say. Really,
that's pretty big milestone.
When you add up everything, it's 20 years, which is it's like a marriage. It's like a wedding.
It is.
Yeah. It's amazing because time flies. And I have been flying back and forth for 20 years from Tel Aviv to New York just to work with my brides at Kleinfeld. And it's amazing. It's like a marriage. It's like forever.
It is. I always say, working in this field and working with brides, you have to be a very specific kind of person because there's something so special about it. And no matter what end of the business you're on, it's when that wedding day comes, when you see everything to fruition, it just feels like you're oh my God, I almost can't believe this chapter is closing.
Absolutely. And working with brides, it's a privilege because it allows you to be part of the most important event in a woman's life. You're there to make them look beautiful, the most beautiful version of themselves. You're there to really to make them look at themselves through your eyes. That's what I do when I work with brides. So when I work with a bride, the most important thing for me is I want her to see how beautiful she is through my eyes. Because some brides, you know how we are women.
Yeah, we're the most critical on ourselves, for sure.
Absolutely, and I know it from being myself. So for me, that's the most important thing, to really empower women and make them feel beautiful and comfortable in their skin.
And I've spoken about this with you before, is that I think one of the most important things as, a bride is no matter your size, to feel good that day, to feel
Absolutely.
Beautiful in your dress, to feel it doesn't matter whether I'm a size 2 or a size 20, I can still feel beautiful and know that I look good on my day.
Absolutely. Because first of all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And there are so many different shapes and forms of beauty, and it's the way It's the way you look at things. It's the way you look at yourself and the way you feel in yourself, in your skin. Like, for example, I've always had a complex because I was very, very petite, like very short. And all my life I would judge myself for that. And my mother used to tell me that the most precious things come in the smallest packages.
That's so true.
And I would say to her, come on, stop, Mom, that you're just saying this to please me. But, you know, today, looking back at my life, I wish I hadn't done that to myself, because today I love myself just the way I am. You can offer me, like, I don't know, 10 more inches, and I'll say thank you very much. But I'm happy. I embrace who I am, and I wish and hope that every woman out there will do the same.
It's funny because when I was younger, I used to, like, when I was in high school, and I was actually like fairly thin, but I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so heavy. And now I'm like, I'd be okay being that type of heavy again. Like, and it's just funny, but I feel like the older that like you get, you really kind of grow into who you are and become more comfortable with.
Of course,
with
and you
yourself.
understand what is the essence and what is not. Like what's important and what is not. And really to spend so many hours criticizing yourself,
it's hours
useless.
wasted.
Absolutely, there's so many other things to do with precious time.
That's so true. And I feel like you are using your time very wisely, obviously, because we have this boutique, we have the shoe line, which we have a couple of them in front of us. And I know you have different names for them, and I know that they kind of have different meanings for you. So I'd love for you to share with everybody a little bit about the shoe line.
So this is my shoe line in collaboration with Naturalizer. And I chose Naturalizer because for me the most important thing is comfort.
Yes.
You know, I truly believe that the smile on your face starts at the tips of your toes.
It makes a long day when you're uncomfortable on your feet.
And when you're uncomfortable, you cannot be beautiful. I mean, it doesn't go together. And it just shows on your face.
Yeah.
So I waited for the right partner to show up, and Naturalizer did. And we designed this beautiful collection of bridal and evening shoes, because there's also the mother of the bride, the bridesmaids, you know, this best friends. It's not so for me to empower the bride was always the most important thing in my career. But now I'm able to empower the most important women in my bride's life. So I chose to call this collection Love in all the languages of the world. I mean, the more styles, the more love words.
Yeah.
So the beautiful platform sandal, this one, is called Love. And platforms, you know, are my favorites because I cannot live without them.
I'm also on the shorter side like you, so I'm a big fan of a high heel.
So, you know, I'm 5 feet tall, so these are my extensions. These are my pearl sandals, pearl platform sandals, and they are called Love. These with a bow, of course, the Pnina bow.
I love the bow.
Because, you know, I'm a bow girl. You'll see a bow on almost every one of my dresses. And what I love about this bow, it's like this beautiful Chantilly lace bow. These are called Amor, so love in Spanish. And these, for the bride who loves a little bit of sparkle, are called Sebci, and it's love in Turkish. So these are these could be beautiful on a bride or on a mother of a bride. We also have them in a white version. These shoes come in different colors, textures, and every bride that puts them on is like, that's it. That's my shoe, because they are so comfortable. Naturalizer is focused on comfort, and this collection is the proof to that.
And a big thing that I always tell all of my brides is break in your shoes before the wedding day. But at least if you have a pair that's actually comfortable, you don't have to worry about breaking them in.
I promise you, Estee, you do not need to break them in. You just have to
put them on,
slide into them.
Because a big thing for me too is like, I think it's so hard, like as a bride, if like you're like, oh well, I need to go find a second pair of shoes because these are just good for pictures, but I can't be in them the whole night. Where it's just like you don't want to have to go back and forth and putting them back and on and then off. You know, like it's good to have a pair that you feel comfortable to be in the entire evening.
But you should also know that I have a lot of brides purchasing 2 pairs of shoes just because the price range of this collection is insane. It goes up to $350, which is like, I mean, it's unheard of in the Pnina world, especially in the Pnina bridal world, because, you know, my dresses are known as couture dresses, and some of them are among the most expensive dresses in the world. But I chose to create this shoe collection at a price point that would be accessible for all the brides out there.
I love that. And I also, that kind of brings me into your jewelry line a little bit, because I'd love to hear a little bit about that. You have a jewelry line with Jared, and that is also to be able to appeal to every bride as well.
Absolutely. So for me, you know, today, it's a huge blessing to be able to be with my bride from the minute she says yes to the love of her life, till the moment she walks down the aisle towards the love of her life, to commit. You know, it's a huge commitment in life. It's the most amazing commitment in life. It's a commitment out of choice to the person you love most. So yes, I mean, and also a ring, an engagement ring, a wedding band, or a piece of jewelry lasts forever. And it's something that, you know, that is passed from one generation to the other. So I kind of feel like part of me will live forever thanks to that.
That's so true. I didn't even think about that, but that's true. Engagement rings, wedding bands, really jewelry of any kind are things that get passed down to future generations.
Absolutely. It has a
I know, I tell my mom that all the time. I'm the only daughter. And I'm like, listen, I want this and this and this. And she's like, what if I have any granddaughters? And I was like, yeah, but me first.
Exactly.
You know, I'm the only daughter.
You were there before anyone else.
I'm like, me first. I was like, I'll dole it out to everybody as I get older.
You'll be generous.
Yes.
Yeah. So really, I'm sitting here with you. This boutique just opened a few days ago because it was under renovation. And I am so, you know, so excited to be in my new and improved boutique. Now I'm working on my new couture collection these days because, well, of course you'll be seated at a front seat, Estee, as always.
Can't wait.
But we're going to show the collection this coming October for Bridal Week.
Exciting.
And it's going to be an amazing collection. And I will dedicate this collection to my warriors. So when I say warriors, I have a lot of, you know, friends that I met on social media, through Instagram, amazing women that reached out to me years ago and became friends and told me the stories of their lives. And some of them, unfortunately, had to struggle with severe illness, and a few of them passed away recently. And I really want to dedicate my collection to their memory because they were such amazing friends and fans. They supported me all along my career, and they were amazing women. So I'm really dedicating this collection, this new couture collection, to my warriors.
Aww.
And my mom is one of them, and a very, very close friend of mine, Marissa, is one of them. So it will be very personal and sentimental for me.
What can you give us a little insight on what some of those looks might look like?
Yes, of course. So I am bringing back a few of my iconic dresses that I opened up my career at Kleinfeld with. So I was a designer in Israel. I was the leading designer in Israel before I came to meet with Kleinfeld. And when I finally started working with Kleinfeld, you know, Kleinfeld is the dream of every bridal designer in the world.
Yes.
There is no other store
That's true.
in the world, and trust me, I travel, like Kleinfeld. It's unique. It's the mecca store of bridal.
People will travel from all over the world to come to Kleinfeld. It's the experience that
Absolutely.
every bride waits for.
Absolutely, and what an experience. Because, you know, the staff here really gives their heart to each and every bride. And they become close with their brides. I see it happening on the floor. They really become friends, and they give their brides everything to make them happy. And I think that doesn't exist in other stores in the world. This is very, very, very unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited to see the new couture line.
Yes.
And
So I was saying, I'm sorry. I got myself. So yes, I'm bringing back some of my iconic dresses that I started with at Kleinfeld, which were super dramatic, with a Victorian touch, because that's my favorite era, is the Victorian era. So we'll see some Victorian touches, but you know, more like adapted to this day and age. Beautiful beadwork that I'm working on, amazing laces that I designed. So it's really going to be like a dream, and bigger than life, because I always, you know, that's what I do.
That is you.
Yeah.
That is you. You
Yeah.
are bigger than life, and your dresses are bigger than life.
Thank you.
So I expect nothing short of bigger than life.
If live a life, why not live it as big as you
big
can?
as possible.
Really, I mean,
I'm
why
definitely
not?
a more is more person.
Absolutely, Estee, and I know that about you. And you're really amazing. And you always make me feel like, you know, so comfortable sharing my career, my life with you. And you're amazing at what you do.
Aw, thank you so much. I felt like the minute I met you and we sat down, I was just like, this is just so seamless, so easy. I feel like I could just talk to you forever.
Thank you, my love. Well, I am the fairy godmother of brides.
You are.
And of all women out there. I mean, I have young girls reaching out on Instagram to me, sharing their dreams with me, what they want to become when they grow up, that they want to be me. And I always say to them, don't want to be me, want to be the best version of you. And whatever I can do to help, I will always help every woman out there to find her path, to fulfill her dream. Because after all, I was lucky to have made it to where I am and who I am. And the only way to thank the universe is to pay it forward. And that's what I do.
And you definitely do. I feel like you really like inspired me. And, you know, I told you a lot about like some of my goals last time I saw you, and you were like, well, just like keep doing it. Just do it.
Of
And that was
course.
your big thing. You're like, just do it. And I was like, it sounds so simple coming from Pnina. I was like,
Everything
right.
is possible.
Yes.
If I made it happen, everyone can.
So tell me, because I feel like you always have so much going on, and I can truly relate to that, but also I love that about you. You have the dresses, you have the shoes, you have the jewelry, you have a show coming up in October. Is there anything that I'm missing? Is there anything else? Is there anything else in the works that we don't know about yet?
Listen, it's always happening. Like, you know, every day creates its content. All you have to do is step out of your door and I mean, I would suggest step out of your comfort zone, because nothing really happens or grows in comfort zone. And once you do it, it's like magic. All of a sudden the universe comes to help you with all its magic. So yes, I mean, I was thinking of a lingerie line. I love, you know, skincare and cosmetics. I'm often asked by my brides, like, what do you do with your skin? You know, I will reveal my age for the first time on camera. I'm 60 years old.
No way.
And,
No.
and I have a lot of tips
I
to
need
give.
all of your secrets. All of them.
I'm going to give them all to you, little by little. It's going to be, this is just the beginning of a wonderful friendship, and I promise to give them all to you. But it's about a healthy lifestyle. It's about treating your skin, you know, in a way that goes well with your type of skin. You have a beautiful skin. Your skin glows like it's beautiful, but it's about maintaining it. So skin and hair and makeup. My brides always ask for advice what to do with their makeup, with their hair. So one of my goals is really to come out with a line of skincare and hair care and makeup. So that might happen in the near future. So many things.
So many things.
Always.
You know what? The sky is the limit, right?
Sky's the limit. I only need a vacation here and there, and I never take one because for me, work, my career is what I love doing most. So if you tell me now that I can travel, I don't know, to the most beautiful site in the world and be there for 1 week, I will I'm not going to be able to work for that week. And it's really, it's crazy because every time we go on vacation, my husband and I need a day or two to just adapt to the fact that I'm on vacation. And I become melancholic because I miss my work. I miss what I do, the relationships with the brides. My brides are my source of inspiration, by the way. Every time I'm interviewed, I'm asked, where do you get your inspiration from? And I really do get my inspiration from my brides. I listen to their, to their dress fantasies, to their dreams, and sometimes also to their personal lives that they share with me.
Yeah.
So they really are my inspiration.
You really get to know the bride so deeply when you're
Yeah.
working with them on something so intimate.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's magic in a wedding dress. It opens up the doors of the heart. And brides, I guess, because I am the fairy godmother of brides, after all, they do share with me what's on their hearts. And many times, it can be a more serious issue, and I will always stop everything I'm doing in order to give my bride the most sincere advice, as if I was talking to my daughter, my sister, my best friend.
Which I think is so important. I feel like you want as a bride to get those honest opinions and feel like whoever is on your day, whichever aspect of the business, has your best interests.
Absolutely. It's not about selling another dress. It's about making another woman happy. and that's what it takes in order to create a good life for everyone.
So I want to touch on one more thing with you before we go, because I know that you have a very busy day here at Kleinfeld, and I don't want to keep you from the brides.
I think I have 100 brides today. Yes,
honestly,
100
though,
appointments.
of course you do. Of course you have 100 brides.
And also, we also have a very special kind of appointment here at Kleinfeld, which is called the VIP appointment. And that's very important for brides to know, because some brides are looking for a one-of-a-kind dress. And for that, I need a one-on-one time with my bride.
Right.
So we have special VIP rooms where we cater to that bride, and I work with her one-on-one to create her dream dress. And of course, we celebrate with champagne and macaroons, and it's a different kind of experience. It's more of a private experience, and it allows me as a designer to really focus on one bride and create a one-of-a-kind dress for her.
Well, that is special.
Yes.
But I also feel like in the bridal world, like that is just something that is so unique that you'll never experience again. So to be able to have that VIP experience is just like, you definitely have to take advantage of it as a bride.
Yes, so Kleinfeld provides the opportunity for brides to come here and experience their dress shopping in a complete different way.
So I wanted to ask you one thing about your social media, because your social media is awesome. I mean, and I'm not Gen Z, but I got to ask for Gen Z, right? Because Gen Z knows exactly what they're doing on social media. You have the reels down, like verbatim, word by word. You like got it all going on. I'm like, where does she have time to do all of these things? TikTok, exactly.
Sometimes, okay, so I have this amazing social media director. Of course, I can't do these things on my own. Don't forget that I come from a complete different generation. We're dinosaurs to this. But I have Christina, who is my social media wizard. And she really is amazing with social media. And she makes me do all these crazy stuff. Okay, jump, do this, do that.
I always say, I'm like, I need to like get an intern, or I need to hire someone who can help me with social media.
But don't take Christina away from me.
I won't.
Yeah.
I might ask her for a few tips.
Okay,
but
sharing
I
is
won't
caring. You can ask Christina for a few tips. She's right there, by the way.
Because you know what? It's all about social media now. It truly is.
It's the windows of the world.
That's the way that you're advertising. It's the way that you're marketing. It's the way that you're putting yourself out there. And I feel like your social media has continued to grow and just look amazing.
Thank you.
And I just had to let you know that, because honestly, social media is a full-time job. It's so hard.
It's a full-time job. and Christina is always with me here at Kleinfeld, and she follows me, and everything that happens in real life becomes content, because I truly believe in realness. There's nothing better than what really happens on the spot when I meet a bride, when I meet her entourage, and it's always beyond words. So yes, social media is it's the nerve of the game. And if you're not there, you should ask yourself if you even exist in this world.
It's true. It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see so many people. I have a friend, and she's always like, Estee, I'm Gen Z, and this is like what I'm trying to tell you. This is cool. And I'm like, okay, you keep telling me what's cool, because I'm not Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know millennial was totally out
completely.
when it comes to social media.
And I'm a baby boomer, so imagine. I mean, so many. It's crazy, and to be able to be on social media and to be active on social media and to communicate with my audience, my followers, my friends. You know, for me, it's like it's a whole new world, and it's so exciting. I mean, really, I don't know what we did when it didn't exist. I mean, how did we connect with so many people? I have over 2 million followers on social media, and it's like I have a direct channel with so many people at the same time.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's genius.
It is. And it's really just like the wave of the future. It's
Absolutely.
going to we're going to need Christina to keep us on our toes.
Oh,
what comes
don't
out
worry.
after TikTok and all this.
Don't worry. Christina is young and beautiful and has a lot of energy. And we're only going from better to best with everything we do.
Absolutely. Well, Pnina, I want to thank you for coming on today and making time for me. I'm so glad I was able to come here to Kleinfeld to see the new boutique and to just see you again. I know it's been almost a year.
Almost.
I can't believe it's gone.
But I will
so
see
close.
you on the runway show.
I will be there.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Don't forget.
I won't.
Save the date. All of you, save the dates.
What date is it? Do we have a date yet?
So we haven't closed the final date yet.
But we'll know it's October for bridal fashion.
I have a date in mind. I hope it's still open. And if it is, anyway, no matter what date, it's going to be amazing. Because
and I'll be there.
It's the highlight of everything I do.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see the new couture line.
Yes.
I can't wait to see you in October. And thank you so much for coming on. If you guys aren't already following Pnina on Instagram, I'm sure you are though, but if you're not, go follow her at Pnina Tornai, see what she's up to. She's doing obviously so much, as you guys can see.
She's always up to something.
You're always up to something, always traveling, always meeting new brides. So get the inside scoop from her, follow her on social media. If you guys aren't already following me on social media, go follow me at the Bridetender for all fun facts on the wedding industry, ways to save money on your special day, and of course, hiring the best in the business for your wedding. Until next week, mix yourself a cocktail, slide into my DMs with questions you want answered on all things weddings. Stay sane, stay healthy, and we'll catch you next week.
I have to kiss you. That's it. That's it.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing. Thank you, Estee.